Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, craftsandcollage.com. Tonight we will be working in the new Canadian Geographic magazine. It's not old, it's from the 90s, but it's new to us. I've just started this magazine, so I have a couple things to show you, but first let me remind you to take a minute and subscribe to my channel. You can always unsubscribe if you don't like the content, but subscribe and see how you like it, and don't forget to put on the notification bell and all that other stuff and yada yada. Okay, so let's get on with this. Do you remember this was the Canadian Geographic magazine? Okay, so you know I always decorate my covers, and so this is what I did with this cover. And then I put this picture on the inside cover facing our animal collage, the one that was our first collage in this book, remember? And this, if you recall, was a ladybug's bum for weeks. I did this side of the page, but the other half of this was an ad, the back half of a cartoon ladybug. And it sat like that for weeks, so I finally finished this half, and I thought it turned out rather cute. I like it. I like the whole atmosphere of this double spread. I do. And then we did fall favorites. I love fall pictures, and you're in for one tonight, so if you don't like autumn stuff, click away now. It's okay. Catch you on the next one. And then we did the adventure page, which I think turned out amazing. I love this page. I get so inspired. I do collage and Gluebook pages and so on when the camera isn't on, but when I know that somebody could watch the video, there's an inspiration, like a surge of energy that just is awesome, you know? The dawning of a new era. I don't know, maybe we look a little harder for that perfect picture to fit in, or we, maybe try a little bit more, etc. Okay, that's what we've got done in the geographic. Okay, so tonight I'm going to do a double page spread. Do you remember this book, folks? I love that cover. It's painting, and we still don't know who. It says 1881. I believe it says Rue, or maybe June. I don't know. Anyway, that's how I finished the front cover for this book. And it has a very cool back cover too. And this one, remember, I did this on the front inside, and then we did this page. I love this. Love, love, love it. I think that just turned out really cool. And tonight we're working on this spread, and for me this will be the text, the flavors of fall. So I've got a few food pictures here that I thought maybe we could include, and by all means pause the video and go grab your Gluebook, your magazine conversion, or your composition book, or anything else you use, and your case of magazine, your folder of magazine pictures or pictures, and come join me. That's awesome. Take as long as you need. I'll wait. So, root vegetables. I love the vegetables of the fall. The onions, the turnip, the parsnips, the carrots, all those, even potatoes, and just all the tubers and stuff. I love the root vegetables of the fall, and this is a picture of a very hearty stew. Lots of lovely fall stuff in there. This, you can't, that's pure art right there, that picture. And then I have a picture of meatballs and roasted vegetables, so I thought that would be a nice addition if we need it. Now, the gingerbread men, we always made those the beginning of November, so to me that's sort of part of fall. It's not just fall and winter. It's not just a Christmas thing. So I put them out there in case I want to use them. And then we have this lovely folder of fall, or paperclip of fall pictures. Now there's one in here that I'm not going to show you, but I'm choosing it, and it's this big, or almost this big. I'll probably trim it down a little bit, but I'm not going to show you. It's the centerpiece of tonight's spread. And because of, wow, okay, I think maybe I'll have to go to the other book. I think we're going to need a little bit more room than I thought. So we'll do a double spread in the Geographic magazine. That's fine. There's just, I love, winter's coming up and Christmas and the holidays and so on, and I love fall so much that I love doing fall pictures and stuff, and I don't want to miss that opportunity, because I'll tell you what, last fall I had busted up my shoulder and my arm on November 3rd or 4th of last year, and so fall was kind of, I was not really interested. I dislocated my shoulder and broke my humerus, and oh my goodness, it was a painful situation. Look at that gorgeous picture. Is that not gorgeous? Oh, that is just beautiful. That's going to be the centerpiece of one now. Between now and the end of October, I'll be doing sort of one based in elegance, I think I would say. I think that's a good way to put it. Based in elegance. This isn't really fall. It might be based on the color of the flowers, but let's see what else we've got. Because I do have the one I want sort of dead center. It's full of joy, and it's wonderful, and it's just, yeah, it's full of joy. The picture I have picked out for the center, so you'll just have to trust me. So what if we did something like that, or that could sit here. Now, I might be crazy adding these pictures of food, but for some reason the flavors of fall include the fall foods and the tastes of fall and the hearty soups and stews. I get out my crock pot again, things like that, right? That's to me part of fall. So when I ran into that headline in another magazine, I thought, this is fabulous, absolutely fabulous. I love this. And flavor is all kinds of things. The flavor of fall life, which is the center picture. You're going to love it. I promise you'll love it. I promise. I promise. Let's have this one sort of down here. And we'll only do 2 foods. How's that? Because I've got fall pictures here. Definitely. Lots of them. So let's start by getting some of this in, shall we? Let's start with the one that's an obvious fit. Obvious. So the weekend is coming up again. How are you folks doing? Oh, I might do another one for Friday night tomorrow. I didn't even realize Thursday, Friday. Anyway, well, bonus. There we go. Okay, so what are all your plans for the weekend? Who's going to be crafting this weekend? Based on, let's see, what could it be based on? An event or a special occasion you need a gift for, so you're making it instead of buying it. Or the weather. The weather could be keeping you in, and so you're crafting. Or you're injured, God forbid, and you have to, take it easy or stay sitting or something like that. like I said, God forbid. Or you could just be in the mood to craft. Now, I had an interesting discussion with a friend a couple of days ago, and yes, I'm going to share it with you, whether you like it or not. There's an off button if you don't. This friend and I were talking about what constitutes, again, that silly discussion about what is art and what is crafts. And the only thing I do in that discussion is ask people to remember the original word meaning of the word craft. It didn't have to do with it didn't have to do with church bazaars or there. People seem to have this distinguishment between art and crafts, and yet crafting was considered an honorable thing. You went into guilds and you were a crafter, and you designed textiles and potteries. And back, 1,000 years ago or 500 years ago, the crafters were the artisans. Now, artists would never be called artisans, they would be called artists. And they were the ones that, worked on their paintings and so on. Crafters often were the ones in the marketplaces, in the stalls, selling what they made. But the crafters were essential to most settlements. They were the crockery that you ate off of, the metal things that you cooked on, the weapons and arrows and the nocks in the arrows and the feathering and so on. All of that was done by crafters, and it was the sustenance of life, a lot of it. But it was considered, if someone could make a premium arrow, they were a crafter. They were part of their guild and so on. So if you ever feel like crafting is lesser than art, consider the fact that every picture you make with magazine pictures or whatever kind of crafting you're doing is a form of art. You're an artist. Just please try and remember that crafting is so dignified in its origins. That's all. Soapbox put away. Sorry, lecture done. Okay, so we have this down. Alright, so that's up here or down here. I think I like it up in the corner, so that's where I'm going to keep it for now. And I was thinking for tomorrow evening, about a black and white, doing a black and white. I haven't done one of those for a little while. And I have a brand new mini. We finished off the little Chinese instruction book, remember? For as far as the super tiny glue book. This one here. This one here, in case anybody hasn't seen it, the super tiny glue book. That's one of my favorite pages. This one too. I love them all. I love doing glue books. I mean, I love it. It's a real love of mine. This was a fun book to do, and I left that for notes, because I always leave a couple pages in a book, in a glue book, for notes. But I've got this one to start. This one. What it is, it's an old diabetes sugar journal, to keep journal, and I haven't done that in years. So I've got this book. I'm going to start that as my next tiny glue book. I'm looking forward to that. So, alright, so we want to place this about here. What am I putting below it? We'll put that in the corner. Okay. That sounds nice. No one puts what? Baby in the corner. Isn't that how that goes? I don't know. Stop it, Janet. What is, did my Canadian friends have a good Thanksgiving? It was nice here. Very quiet. Um, really nice. But very quiet. My family, isn't big on huge dinners and stuff, so which I kind of like. I haven't gotten into those since I was a child, you know. I never really liked them. My aunt squeezing my cheeks, you know, all that gross stuff. Younger cousins who couldn't behave. Just all that stuff. Turkey and guilt. You know, all the stuff that goes with the holidays, right? Alright, so I had to frantically go out and buy glue sticks yesterday. I couldn't believe it. I thought I still had one more, 'cause I buy the larger ones, this size or medium or whatever. And I thought I still had another one in the drawer down there. Turns out I didn't. So I had to go out, 'cause all I had the night before, when I found out I didn't have any, was the repositionable. And I tried it, like, what's the term, 7 ways to Sunday or whatever it is, to see if I could get it to become permanent. And it will start to, and it'll rip your page if you try and take it off, like it's not really repositionable anymore. But oh my goodness, it's not a, don't ever use it for permanent hold. It doesn't work. I tried, folks. I tried. And it didn't work. So, oh my goodness. See, you trim your nails and you can't pick up the card anymore. Okay, so that's laid down. This goes this way, so it can actually sit up to there, which would work out just fine. But we'll have this picture overlap here. Here. What do you think? I can leave these two blue areas. They don't bother me, so let's get this placed really quick. Okay. Yeah, and see, the repositioning glue is okay if you really don't know what you want to do with a page and you need a little bit of hold. About an hour's worth, you can go back and sort of peel it up fairly easily and stuff, and even the lighter magazine paper, right? But most of the time, once I've decided, like, I just put a dab of the glue stick on there and hold it, and then go about my business, you know. Alright, so I need to get this one down. How far do I have to come down? About there. So pretty. Oh, I don't think I could live in a tropical climate where there's no seasonal changes. To me, it's the most gorgeous thing about where I live you know, in Canada, is the amazing changes of season and so on. Excuse me. Good Lord, I drank some diet root beer before I came on. I'll tell you, if you want a refreshing drink, A&W Diet Root Beer is the bomb. It's the best. If you can't have sugar, you're watching your sugar. It's truly amazing. Absolutely amazing. It satisfies a craving for something sweet, you know, while it quenches thirst like crazy. Oh, I love it. I don't drink too much, but I do love it. And I know, yeah, all the stuff about diet pop and things like that. I know, I get it. I think we can afford to tear some of this picture off. I love torn edges. So I was looking through my stats the last couple of days. You know, the analytics on YouTube and stuff. And honestly, the very best watched, most watched, is anything that has to do with glue books. I mean, I've done other craft videos and so on, and you know, they're watched and stuff, but the ones that have the vast majority of views are glue book pages. And I think it has to do with the fact that no matter how you do it, if you take pictures and text on a page and you put yourself into it and you put it out the way you love, I'm on the soapbox again, I'm sorry, folks. If you put it out the way you love, then it's very satisfying, and it can be very easy to arrange pictures in a desirable way. It can be incredibly easy and make you feel very accomplished with the picture that you produce without having to draw something or sew something or sculpt something or, you know, paint something or create something that way. You're creating beautiful pieces, and you don't need any training at all. At all. It's amazing. That's what I love about glue booking. I do. I do. It is one of my favorite things to do. I love all crafts. I mean, I do them all. I don't think there's any I haven't tried yet. So, you know, but I love doing glue book. Okay, so it's just hunting down. As I've said before, hunting down magazine pages these days can be really difficult. Super duper difficult. Okay, I have the something for the center, so we can actually move that up. I may use that as a full picture like that. I like what's around it. I don't want to cut it out. So I'm going to have to bring out that center picture really soon, and I hope you all think it's as cute as I do, because it's really cute. Hang on, we can get some more done here before I do the big reveal. The big reveal. And I've been doing more sketching lately. I confess I haven't been keeping up with Inktober as well as I wanted to. I mean, it's pretty good. I'm only a couple days behind, but I've been sketching a little more, but very loosely. I've been doing some one-line sketching. In other words, if you're sitting in your easy chair and you decide to draw the plant that's in the planter across the room from you in your living room, and you start to draw it, you can't pick your pen up off the paper. You have to draw it in one continuous line. And it really, it causes you to really pay attention, because you can see where you can, you know, come forward and move back, and it's a really interesting way to draw. I'm not comfortable as a neurodivergent person. I'm not necessarily comfortable with having or being forced to draw with my left hand, my non-dominant hand. And that's another art exercise you can do, is drawing with your non-dominant hand. So I have to pick my times very carefully for that kind of thing, because I'm uncomfortable using that hand. And so drawing the one line gives you the same kind of perspective as the non-dominant hand. So it kind of allows you to sort of focus more on what you see instead of what your pen is putting on the paper. It's like the way you carry, if you're carrying a full mug of coffee, you don't look at the mug of coffee, you look in front of you where you're going. Your hand will steady itself or balance the coffee itself, kind of like a ship's stove. Kind of cool. Ship stoves float. They're hinged and they just float in the center to accommodate the waves. It's kind of cool. And I'm babbling again, so you come for the entertainment, right? Right? Oh, that's awesome. I love this. This is just awesome. Where is my... Now, for the new folks, just in case you... This here is the bottom of one of my I tore a magazine in half, and I'm using the top half as one of my glue books. It's almost done. But the bottom halves of these I keep because I use them as a background for gluing on. They're going in the recycling bin either way, so I make use of the pages as a background to spread glue. So that's my art hack for today. My art hack for today. That's what I use them for, and then after they're done, I pop them in the recycling bin. This is looking pretty better than I thought it was going to turn. Don't I say that every time? Do I not say that every single time? I swear. Alright, is that even at least? No, it's not, and that's going to drive me a little crazy. So, we're going to trim it on what I see is a fairly solid line there on the side of those boxes. Okay, looking much more stable. I'm going to be digging out my sewing machine soon. I feel like it's time to get some stuff mended, some blankets and stuff, because I'm going to need them. It's already getting cold at night. Not like below zero yet, but it will. So yeah, some mending done, but I'd also like to, I'm going to be doing some cloth cover folios and folders and stuff for my Etsy shop. So, alright. I like the look of that. I do. Alright. My hands are finally starting to recover from my lovely digging out those shrubs in the back alley of my property, of my house, my yard. Oh my God. It was horrible. They were broken out for weeks. And you know, you can try all kinds of stuff, you know, cortisone creams and all that stuff. Itching, dry skin, allergic skin to whatever it was, the toxins. Just, it's like poison ivy. It just, you know, it's there and you can't ignore it, like a toothache. Oh my God, it's awful. Okay, so we're putting this one here. I don't know why I don't cut them tighter when I'm taking them out of the magazines. I usually just rip them out. I go through pretty quickly, so there's always white space around the images. What I should do is sometime while I'm sitting watching a movie or something, I should trim up pictures. That's a good idea, actually. Okay, so I had another idea for those who want to organize their space, okay? When you're done organizing a part of your craft space, let's say you have your shelves or your boxes of stickers all organized, okay? So you take your handy dandy phone and you take a picture of the space all organized so that you have a clear record of it, you know, well stocked and things like that, so you can tell what you're missing and stuff. It not only helps with knowing what you have and what's there, it gives you an idea of keeping things tidy, so it encourages you to keep it that way. I've been doing it for about a week now, like just not repeatedly. I'm just like sort of going through, and when I get an area nicely tidied, I'm tending to snap a picture of it, and just to keep it. I want to make sure that I'm able to recognize when I've done good. Like my own pat on the back. It's like making sure I'm making use now of the clear containers, because they certainly do help me remember to use my craft supplies, and I'm thrilled. The whole thing is working so well. It's all because that one woman said, we know what condiments we have, mustard, ketchup, mayo, and so on. What you need to put out on the door of your fridge is the stuff that's going to go bad. Don't stick it away in a vegetable drawer when it's basically the same. It doesn't rot on the door by any means, but at least you see what you have, and that has been one of the biggest blessings I have had in ages as far as food storage goes. Now I at least eat things up, you know what I mean? It's wonderful. Okay, so what we're going to do with this is, I believe, we are going to tear this. Now, the reason I use the other side is because it's a pretty narrow strip and it won't necessarily get caught with the cork. I wish the cork went to the edge, but that's also impractical. So, here we go. There we go. Not bad. That didn't work out too badly. I actually like the way that turned out. Okay, so let me get this picture down here. Alright. And then I get to do the big reveal, because you're going to, I don't know, it touched my heart when I saw this picture. I want to put the center, and I think you'll like it. Let me know in the comments. You know that interacting keeps me on the radar for the suggested channel lists, and that always helps. Although membership is growing, or subscriptionship, sorry, is growing rather steadily. It's nice. It's absolutely lovely, and I'm so enjoying it. But it seems that of the different crafts I've tried, and doodles and drawings and other various things, the Gluebook videos are the most popular overall, like without resounding, both lifetime and last 28 days kind of thing. Absolutely resounding. So I'm pleased, because I love doing them. They're one of my favorite things. Okay, this is looking very good. I'm liking this so far. Okay, so now to see what's going in the center. I hope this spot doesn't throw the whole thing off, but we could put the banner across there. Okay, here you go. You ready? It's the cutest darn picture. Look at that. How cute is that picture? Oh my gosh. To me, that just screams fall. Absolutely screams fall. So, that's the picture I saved. I wanted to inspire, one more at least fall page, because I love this season. Like I said last year, I was just, my shoulder hurt so much I couldn't do anything. Concentrate on anything. Alright, so. And it's just too. Is that not. Did I not tell you that's what happens to me all the time? So, let's fix that, shall we? Let's fix this. We'll figure it out. Okay, I found the perfect picture for this spot. I'll drop that in there. Alright, that works just fine. So, let me know what y'all think of that absolutely lovely, bright, happy child there, buried in fall leaves. Some of the best memories in my childhood were raking up the leaves in the backyard off the huge maple tree, massive maple tree in our backyard. That, of course, all summer we climbed, you know, and then in the fall we got to rake up the leaves because my dad didn't, he liked leaving the brown matter on for the bees and stuff. He knew even then that it was necessary. But he would allow us to rake it up into piles, but when we were all done with the leaves after a few weeks, we had to rake it over the grass again. But we sure got to play. My parents were really, really good about that. I think that this little child is absolutely adorable in his joy. I think that's just adorable. Okay, so the big Tonda, where does the banner go? Nope, don't like it there. I think it's usually my first choice that works out the best as far as banners go. Usually my first choice. So we'll just stick it down here. I'm sorry, I was really meaning for this to be a quick video because of Friday night coming. So, sorry. But, you can always skip to the end to see what things look like. Alright. There we go. The flavors of fall. A happy child. Beautiful vegetables.